Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another armament video. And this is not a full release video, this is just a beta review, so it's more like just a showcase of what I'm working on pretty much. The M16, and I finally caved. Many of you guys have been requesting some things that I've been working on for a long time, for months on months. Pretty much since I started working on this add-on, everyone has requested 4 attachments. So I went ahead and tried and made my own system for attachments, and we'll see how it goes. And that's why I want a beta test, and that is just because I want my beta testers to give me feedback, and see how the system works, and if they have any suggestions or changes that they think would be better. That's the whole point of this video. Without further ado, guys, let's just get into this M16 and then get into the badass attachments that I've been working on. Alrighty, guys, let's check out the M16A4. Got a pretty basic draw, nothing super crazy. And this gun looks very similar to the M4, so that's, some of you are probably like, wow, he did an M16 when he did an M4, and they look very similar, yes, but this has way more detail than the original M4. The M4A1 was actually one of the first guns that I ever made for this add-on, and back then, I didn't think anyone would be playing it, so I didn't try nearly as hard, and I just was trying to make these models and textures in under an hour back then. Now I'm spending a lot more time, because more of you actually care and are playing it. So, I figured at least since it looks so similar to the M4, at least add a lot more detail, and that's what I did here. So there's just way more detail on this gun. And yeah, I think it looks pretty snazzy in my opinion. I think it looks pretty cool. I used to rock this gun all the time in COD 4 and just have blue tiger, red tiger, all the classic skins that you would have. Maybe I'll do skins for this add-on one day too. That's something that has crossed my mind and many of you have suggested. But yeah, guys, sorry, I keep ranting. Let's just go ahead and fire this bad boy. And it's got some pretty sweet animations, so let's go. Let's fire a whole clip here. Pretty snazzy in my opinion. I really love the reload. It's got like a fancy, it's unique compared to my other reload animations in this add-on. You kind of flick it and then it drops the magazine. Of course, gotta drop the magazine when you flick it, and this will only happen when you have no attachments on that type of animation. So the animations slightly change depending on what your gun has. But yeah, let's keep on talking about the M16 before I get into the attachments. So you can, of course, it's a burst AR. So as soon as you tap it, it will immediately just shoot 3. Well, it's not immediately tap. You gotta hold it for a sec. But you can also hold it down to just keep the burst going. So that's how I'm continuously making it burst. But you don't have to do that. You can just shoot one burst at a time. Pretty snazzy. I think it's pretty cool, and of course you can just reload it willy-nilly if it's not completely empty. Pretty quick, pretty similar to the other animations in this add-on. Pretty simple. I dig it though. I think it fits. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with this, guys. There's not much, it's just another gun. But the other things that are coming, guys, that's where this update is really cool. There are 5 different types of new shells that you can use in the M27 and a new attachment called the M203. But yeah, guys, so let's get into the attachments. It's finally time for that. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, let's talk about attachments, and the first thing I want to go over is the foregrip. And the foregrip's pretty cool. It increases the accuracy. So what I did here, so items will have lore, the attachments will have lore. That's the text underneath the actual name of the item. It says foregrip, equipment, and then space, and then attachment offhand. And the offhand, obviously, that just goes in your offhand slot. That's what I'm just making it super easy for you guys to distinguish where these items go. You know what I'm saying? And then of course +3 accuracy. I mean, is it times 3 accuracy or is it +3 accuracy? I don't think so, but it definitely increases it a lot. But what's cool also, like I said earlier, the animations will slightly change. So if you look at my character model here, you can see that the position, that the way I'm holding it actually changes, and you can see it in third person there, or first person, and it plays like a little sound, and some particles will appear But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what's going on with that. Looks pretty cool, and like, see, even the idle animation, like the inspect will change. It looks like you're holding it from the grip. But yeah, let's go ahead and just fire it from hip fire, and you can actually see the +3 accuracy. So as you can see, that bullet spread's really good. I ended up moving my mouse a little bit right there to the right. That's a big improvement. Like here, let's just compare the differences over here and then look on the side over here. So this is without the grip, and I'm not moving my mouse right now. So as you can see, that bullet spread's a lot more. It's just bigger, you know. It just has more randomness to it compared to pretty accurate. With the foregrip, you know, look how much tighter that spread is. And of course, if you're ADSing, it will be even tighter. It will be pretty much laser accurate, not completely laser accurate, but you know, it's gonna be pretty good. Look at that. Now you're gonna be hitting where you're aiming, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the animations of the reload change. So when I shoot an entire clip, it doesn't do the flick. You'll just take it out, stick it back in, and then pound it. Pretty sweet. I mean, I think changing the animations was totally worth it, and having it just be different, you know, I just thought it was really cool, you know, something more unique to add to this add-on, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with the grip, and we'll talk about the M203 next, guys. Let's get into that bad boy. Alrighty, guys, let's talk about the M203. And again, what's really cool about this method of me doing this, you can just immediately swap out the attachments. Like, you see how the animations change again? I think that's just so cool. Like, it's being able to tactically change your attachment based on whatever the hell you're doing is just so awesome to me. But yeah, this is really cool. So I think this is how I would want to do it, though, rather than like using like a crafting table or something to make these attachments like stay locked or something like that. And maybe I'll add a feature where if you add like wax or something to these guns when they're attached like this, maybe it will like permanently lock them on, you know, kind of like waxing like copper, like the copper blocks, maybe something like that. That might be kind of cool to do. I don't know, you know, like maybe you drop it on the ground and throw the attachment items on top of it, and then it just melts together. I don't know, just shooting some ideas. But yeah, sorry, got sidetracked there. The M203 is pretty rad in my opinion. So now when I sneak, it looks like you're ready to shoot it, right? Like now it's not ADSing. You see? Oh, it looks like I had a shell in there. Excuse me. So when you don't have it loaded, it will just do the little like empty sound, you know, when you try to pull the trigger. Nothing crazy. Now you're like probably thinking, well, how do you ADS? And it's, you know, it's how I ended up doing this, and how to get to ADS with M203 attached. You just have to tap the hip fire button. So you just tap and then ADS. You see that? So you just tap ADS. So now you can still use all the perks, you know. And then like you want to shoot the M203, there you go, bam. Now you're probably wondering like, what are those two blue hotbar slots? You've probably been staring at, wondering what the heck those are. And those will be serving as just guidance for the player, you know. So again, like, see the attachments have a little blue text below them, like a cyan blue text color. So that's just like indicating like where they should be going, you know what I mean? So at least just trying to help you out. So like the optics, they go into slot bar 8. And if you didn't know, it goes like this. So it goes 0, it starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where the optics would go in the 8th slot bar. So the very last one. And that second one, the second to last, hot bar is 7. That is where you would put your ammo for the M203. So that's how I'm able to interchange all of these types of shells. So now when I sneak and try to shoot or just press the reload button, which is attack, now I will reload it. Pretty snazzy, don't you think? It's pretty cool. And of course you just fire it, very cool. And you don't have to reload it right away, see? So if you want to reload right away, you just have to pull the trigger again or just press the reload button, you know what I'm saying? Super cool. Of course, it drops the shell. Gotta drop the shell. But yes, this just got so interesting, you know what I'm saying? And of course, so hold on, let me go over the I got ahead of myself there, sorry. This is exciting to me. But so, okay, so the M203 +5 utility. what are the 5 utilities? And those are just the type of shells. Like I mentioned earlier, there are 5 new types of shell variants that you can use in the M79 and the M203. That's what those things are for. That's that +5 utility, and of course -3 accuracy. When I was looking at reference video of people using the M16, I mean, it was just overloaded with attachments. First of all, that's what made me want to do attachments in the first place, is every single reference image that I came across, it had just an ACOG scope or the M203 or a grip on it. Like every single one. It was hard to find just a reference image with no attachments on M16, honestly. But yeah, so it loses accuracy because when I saw people shooting it, it just looks super uncomfortable. So now when you hip fire, it loses a lot of accuracy. As you can see, that just dramatically expands the bullet spread there. Let me just show you guys so you can compare it to something. So now when I shoot it with the hip fire, that is such a smaller thing. And then of course, if you add the grip, if you want to add the grip, now you'll have even better accuracy, and it will just, yeah, it's so cool how you can just interchange pieces like this. I think that's so awesome. Of course, guys, so HE shell. The HE shell is just, you know, the same as the M79. I just renamed the M79 shell. That's what this is, and gave it like a little red line across. That's all I did to that. So that is still the same item, but there are, like I said, there are 4 other shells being added on top of that. So there's a smoke, a fire, which is just incendiary. I probably should change that to incendiary, and then a dirty shell. A dirty shell is just like a, you know, like mustard gas or just poison. That's what it is. It's a poison bomb. That's what that is. And then there's a confetti one. A confetti one, it's literally just a goofy one that I thought I just popped in my head, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to do. Yeah, so let's just get into it, guys. Let's just start firing these bad boys. So I'm going to start with the smoke. The smoke is pretty damn useful. And before I go any further, I just want to say these are still a work in progress. I plan to make these effects a lot cooler and just better. Again, this is just a beta test right now. So when I fire, as you can see, it creates a nice plume, and you will for sure not be seen, you know, you know what I mean? Like, players will have a very hard time trying to shoot you through this. In this update, you know, it's mainly for PvP. Like, this isn't going to help you much against zombies. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, guys, you see the shells being loaded. Okay, watch when I reload the shell. You can actually see the color of the shell being loaded. Isn't that super cool? And of course, if I look at it in third person, you can actually see the colored shell inside the M203 barrel there. You see that? I thought that was such a cool little nice touch. You know, I'm all about the little details. So whenever I can, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Super cool, super fun to use. It's so awesome. It's just so cool. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with the smoke. I do plan to make it look a little bit better, you know, and have more sounds and stuff. But you know, it's just a beta test, guys. Okay, but that's pretty much what's going on with the smoke shell. Super useful. And oh, I forgot to mention the smoke. The smoke will actually does have some usefulness with zombies. So you know how the pet zombies will kind of cloak you. Eventually, not yet, but eventually it will cloak you from zombies inside the smoke. You know, so it's like kind of like the pet zombies do if you have them leaded and you're standing next to them. It will kind of do the same effect. That's my plan with the smoke bomb, at least. Okay, guys, so that's the HE shell, the high explosive, and the smoke bomb. So let's talk about the dirty shell. And a dirty shell, like I said, it's literally just a poison shell. So look at it again, see yellowish green color when it got loaded. And if I look third person, see yellowish green shell in the barrel. Super cool. And you know, this isn't super crazy, you know. It will just cause a little plume of gas and grossness. And again, like I said, I'm gonna improve these drastically when the full release comes. I just wanted to get this out there and see your guys' feedback on it. And of course, like if I'm in survival and if I'm standing next to this thing, it will just start poisoning me. You know, so nothing super crazy. I just thought it was really cool. So like many tactical options. And that's actually what the name of this full release will be, the tactical update. I think it's so fitting for all the things that you can do. But yeah, that's what's going on with the dirty shell. Now let's get into the incendiary or the fire shell. Like I said, I'm going to rename that probably. I'm going to reload it. So the fire shell is a lot of fun. it will just immediately start burning stuff. So as you can see, I kind of already tortured these zombies, the village and the villagers that were living here in my live stream the other day. But yeah, as you can see, it just, you shoot it, it launches, and it just catches stuff on fire, you know what I'm saying? Super cool, super fun. And again, I'm gonna improve these effects a lot more later on. These are just rough drafts, you know, guys. But this is still a really cool point to start showing you guys, you know, like say someone's hiding inside of a wooden shack, right? And you're like trying to get to them and you have no other way, or like you don't have any just like regular explosives. You can just burn down the whole building. There's no hiding when you have the M203 attachment, let me tell you. It's so much fun to you guys. It's so cool. Attachments. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. The M16 made me cave, that's for sure. And of course, guys, the last but not least, I think is really cool, the confetti shell, guys. The confetti shell, super weird, super random, and it's just a goofy. Oh, I still have an incendiary. Let me go ahead and launch that. Again, pink shell loaded, and look at the confetti shell, guys. It'll just do like a little cheer, just like little, like fun little explosion and puff of confetti, and drop some XP too, you know. And this won't do much damage, but of course if you like direct hit a zombie or hit them in the head with it, it will still kill them. Like it should totally, yes. And then you hear the cheers of the kids screaming yay. Oh my goodness. I'm all about this kind of stuff, all that little random goofiness. I just love being able to add stuff like that. I think it's so cool. And of course, these effects actually look a little bit better at nighttime because the type of material I'm using on these particles. So if I just shoot it, see, it looks a little bit cooler at night, you know what I'm saying? Same with like the dirty shell. The dirty shell looks a little bit better at nighttime. It glows a little bit better. See, it looks a little bit better. I still want to make it a lot thicker. Like, see how like invisible it is? Like that will look way better eventually. Trust me. I have a lot of cool ideas for that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what's going on with the M27 or M203. Super cool. And of course, now let's get into the optics, guys. The optics are super cool. So I'll be right back with that. Alrighty, guys, let's get into the optics. Forgot to mention though, I want to point out, if like say you don't have anything in your offhand, you can just shift click that into your offhand. You see that with the foregrip, any offhand attachment, you can do that. I just thought it was a nice little touch. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the foregrip on because I think it's pretty cool, and attach the ACOG. So the ACOG will give you +4 range, and it's not actually increasing the range of the gun. It just makes it so you can see further. As you can see, that looks pretty damn cool. Now when you ADS, you have this cool lens and it zooms in a lot further. You see that? So if I just go ahead and remove it, it takes it back. You see that? Very cool. Look at that. It's so cool. You can interchange them. And of course, I plan on adding more types of attachments, you know, so like, you know, like a red dot, you know, ACOG scope, like I already have here, maybe an 8x scope. You know, like the AMW or AWM scope, you know, I consider that like an 8x, you know, or like a holographic, you know, like the what's that called? The laser gun. Gosh, what is that called? That's gonna bother me. Hold on, I have to figure it out. What is it? It's the MX115. I forgot the names of my own gun, dude. The MX115 has that cool like ACOG scope. Or not ACOG scope, I keep saying holographic scope. So maybe I'll do that as like an attachment too or something, you know what I'm saying? There's so many options to do things. Or like the M4 has a red dot, you know, maybe I'll probably make that red dot look better since, you know, that, like I said, that was like the first thing I ever made in this add-on. But yeah, sorry, let's get back to the M16. Oh, I just wanted to point out, guys, the attachment system will only work on the M16 for now. The M16 is the only one that will have these. It took a lot of effort to just get this, and it will take a lot more effort to get it to work on other guns. So just be patient, guys. Eventually it will, though. It will. So yeah, pretty cool. It just makes it easier to see, you know? So that's what's going on with the ACOG. Looks pretty snazzy. I mean, the gun looks so cool now, you know what I'm saying? I think that's so cool looking to see these attachments just change real time. You know what I mean? I think that's so rad. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Nothing super crazy. And of course, once I was working on the ACOG, I was like, well, I want to do like a night vision optic of some sort. So this one, you can craft most all these items too, by the way. I just haven't gone over them. But yeah, this will give you nighttime optics. So as you can see, during the day it's pretty hard to see, so let me go ahead and make it nighttime really quick. I'll be right back. Turn that on. Now when I zoom in, as you can see, it actually is making it visible, which is just so freaking rad, you know? Like, I was like, wow, dude. I don't know why. I just fell in love with this idea of nighttime optics, you know? Like, it actually functions too. Like, if you're in a pitch black room and no one else has any type of vision like this, like, they can't see you and you can see them. Like, especially if you have name tags off, you know what I'm saying? Like, it 100% works. Like, it's so cool. So cool, guys. Such an awesome update. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. So hotbar 8, that will only work when it's in hotbar 8, you know? Same with the optic. And you know, once I added this night optic, you know, the vision like this, I had to add goggles, guys. I ended up adding goggles. Yes, I ended up doing something that I said I probably wouldn't do, but you know what? I just fell in love with like that green effect. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the goggles, guys. Alrighty, guys, let's check out these goggles, the Radium goggles. Of course, you just go ahead and put them in your in your headband there, your helmet slot, and you have permanent night vision. Isn't that pretty cool? That was so cool. And of course, it has like this like kind of cool like grain effect, because you know, if you're wearing goggles like this, it would actually be a lot more distorted than it is. But you know, just for purposes of gameplay, I felt like this was fine. Like I did have one version where it was a lot more grainy and harder to see, but I just felt like this felt the best. But look how cool it looks when you shoot. Oh, it's so awesome. And shout out to Chris Caiosia. I'm totally destroying your name, sorry, but he's like in charge of the MC like add-on like Discord channel or something like that, and he had like a demo pack with like cool material effects, and I used that as a guide to create this cool night vision effect for the lens of the ACOG in these goggles. So thanks, homie, if you're watching. I doubt it you are, but you're the GOAT. But yeah, this is so cool, guys. There is so much coming, and I'll probably add more and more, like always. And yes, it's only for first person point of view, so like if you want to look normal. And the goggles, they look they look kind of interesting, you know, they glow. We've got a little headset on and strapped on. It won't give you any what do you call it, like armor slots. I didn't think it should, you know, because literally it's just like a headband with goggles on, you know. I thought that was really cool. So here, let me go like this, so you can see that transition better. I need to at least grab a helmet or something so I can easily switch back and forth. See, isn't that so cool? And you probably don't want to wear this during the day. You'll probably just absolutely destroy your retinas because it will be just super bright lime green. I mean, just look at when I get close to this light, it just absolutely destroys. So you probably don't want to do that. Oh yeah, see, like now you can really see that grain effect a lot closer inside of the light. Super cool looking, in my opinion. I don't know, just something fun to do. I don't know, super pointless, but you know, it's a cool addition to the add-on. You know, I mean, why not? But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you stuck around, I mean, kudos. This is a super long video. I really appreciate it if you did. And yeah, this is just coming along. You can expect the full release in like, you know, maybe like another week or so. I just want, like I said, I just want my beta testers to test this out and just give me some feedback and see if there should be any changes to how the system is functioning right now before I make it public, you know, and before I start adding it to other guns. You know, I just want to make sure that this is the way to do it, you know. And I just want everyone to be happy, you know. That's my main goal with this. You know, I'm having fun doing it, but I also want all of you guys to enjoy it as much as possible. But yeah, without further ado, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope you had a good day and enjoy the rest of your day, honestly. Yeah, I'll see you later. Have a good one.